morning. We are at February 8th. Can't even remember things. Got my Woodstock mock to take to Atlanta BrickCon. And we have a cat. I stood up for about 10 seconds and I formed a loaf. Looks like he's trying to ignore me. Doug. Anyhow, fun little order this morning. Tiny one, but we're all good with small orders right now. They wanted 4 of these. The Grindy Loaves from the Harry Potter, I think the Black Lake set. So that. Then we got some stuff in. I ordered these torsos and air tanks a while ago. I think October. It finally came. Second thing in, got a big lot on eBay. So there's some CMFs in there. Some decently priced or decently valuable ones. You know, not super valuable, but just, you know, the hiker goes for a good amount and stuff like that. So it's worth grabbing that eBay lot. And then someone listed, there's a bug on it. Someone listed all of these on Bricklink, and they had them individually bagged and really good prices. So I went ahead and just scooped up a whole bunch of stuff, mostly plants and that kind of thing. So I'll sell them, you know, individually, because they had them sold by, you know, by 100s, by 10s. So I'll sell individually and then just add some padding to the store and have some extra stuff there. But yep, it's a way to get some, way to get some good parts without necessarily having to part them all out yourself or sort them all from used bulk. Is if people are selling them cheap on Bricklink, it's a nice way to pick up some stuff. That's all I can think of for now. Atlanta BrickCon officially day 1 is starting today. Yesterday was the setup day. And yeah, that's all right. I brought in the order into Bricklink, which if you don't know, from the main menu, you can import any order, both ones that you've placed and ones that you've gotten as a seller. And got all the parts sorted out. Some of them went into drawers. A lot of them went into bulk bags. Some of them got filtered into existing lots. Those are the 4 magenta ones I'm going to clear out in a second. But this is just to get the pricing set. I went with my normal pricing scheme, which for some of these parts, you know, like for instance, these plant stems, their going rate is like 3 cents or something. But in keeping with my minimum of 10 cents for now, everything here is 10 cents or more. So that automatically bumps up the value added to the store. Obviously, it has to actually sell at that price for me to make the money. But for the time being, it helps me get an idea of how much value it's worth to me at this point. I paid about $200 for the lot, and at my pricing, it's $9.67. So even at, say, like 5 cents a piece, if I dropped it down, we'd be, you know, around that 400 to 500 mark kind of deal, or even more. So still, even if I drop the pricing on stuff, it's still a 2-to-1 at least, 3-to-1. Right now it's 5-to-1 ratio of price to value or price to cost. So with that upload, that officially crosses the 200,000 mark. So yippee, kind of a cheaty way to do it, but it's okay. No one's counting. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna put these drawers away, and then let's see. It is 5:52, so kids might wake up at any point now. But they want to go ahead and start working through these figs. And some of them, I'm pretty sure I have, although I may have sold that one recently. But I had my guy now at some point, but I may have sold them by now. Anywho, I'm gonna get them uploaded, or at least as much of them uploaded as I can, in order to just build some more figs into my stash. Good morning. It is, let's see the time, the 19th. Keep track of my days. The 19th of February, and I am doing a bit of maintenance, if you will. I've got these overflow bags, and they have, in some circumstances, overflown, and are just becoming, like, this bag was completely stuffed. I could probably fit in, a few more parts, but it was, if you needed to find specific colors or whatever, then it was just untenable. So what I do in these circumstances is I color split, and I'll go into Brick Store. I will sort by quantity, and then take the top two, thereabouts, or maybe more than that, and then transfer them all into a different bag. So that'll help alleviate a lot of the overflow parts, and those are either the higher performing ones, so they'll be easier to grab for the future, or they're the underperforming ones because they don't sell. But it's more likely, black and red are pretty common enough colors that they'll be, especially the black, will be good to have more readily accessible for when I need to pick orders. So yeah, just slowly piecing through here, and it's one of those things you hope to only have to do once, and if you have to do it again, then there'll be less colors you have to pick through. So I'll take a look when I have those, because I've got 363 of those, 289 of those. Then dark red is 265. I might throw in like green or something that has 140. Just kind of balance it out, because there's still lots of other colors in here. But it'll just help to balance the budget out a little bit as far as parts. Let's do blue. Blue's nice and different enough, and keep them with the primaries. So that's what I'm up to today. Otherwise, cats are chill. Was playing around with something for New Hashima, but gonna take that down. Mostly because no building would be standing on such a small platform, reasonably speaking. Once again, there's always drawers to sort down. I'll put this one over here because it's more drawers to sort down. Cat treats to eat. Always more figs to deal with. Figs. I just kind of need to, part of me wants to dump all the figs into one giant bin and just start going from there. Just because I have in so many different places. But then there's also like, these figs will have parts that go together. So I'm like, do I want to keep it together until I've sorted through them more properly or not? And down there, and there's there, and there's there. There's a bin of city around the corner. So just always more parts to do. But while the maintenance doesn't generate any new parts, it is a bit necessary for the way I've got things set up in my store. Again, small space. You're seeing it all here. And then that's it. That's all the locations I have anything in my store, just right here. So I got to make do with what I can. I'm getting down to 3 of the wide sections left, and basically 1 small section left for the acros. So starting the eye of this space over here. Not doing anything yet, but it's on my radar. And there we go. Divide it up. I say that's not too bad. Decently even, which is, you know, what I'm going for. Splitting it more or less in half of what it was. Then, you know, if we get a ton back in here, I can separate it another color or whatever. We'll just figure it as we go. But that takes care of that issue in the interim. So those can go where they belong. Officially started small overflow 16 today. So I took some 2x4 bricks, all these inverted slopes. They were just in an unmarked bag in a drawer, so which was a quart size and was stuffed. So I put them in here, gave them an actual numbered, and then 2x4 black plate. I had a ton. I could probably put another color in there. I don't really care right now. So with these, I'll put them here right now, holding the camera, but I can kind of stack them a bit since they're not very full, and then carry on from there. This goes back in tin 6, which it was somehow right in there, even what I had before overflowing. I should probably do 2x2. I'm kind of tired of separating now since I've already done 4 today, but these aren't too bad. Plates and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just shove it all away. Conceal, don't feel for now. I want to take care of these because, one, they are ticking time bombs for the cats trying to jump up and knock something over. And the last thing I want is for the cats to knock over a drawer full of tiny little parts that are categorized. So I'm going to take care of these, get them in different drawers, or figure out other solutions for things, such as, you know, these from the indoor set that I somehow have a bunch of. I need to give those a better home. They're not likely to sell very much, so they can go into an overflow bin. And that's likely something I'll just put all of those in one regular sandwich size bag, put it in a drawer. Don't worry about a numbering scheme. Just say it's an overflow 1 or whatever. 1 is new stuff, but maybe 5. Something like that. They can even go in 16. So stuff like that, that's, you know, very, very specific. That takes up a lot of chunky space. Can get that kind of treatment. Some of these, like these profile bricks, I can see if I've got other colors. There's like looks like nougat, medium nougat back there, whatever it is, that I can try to, or dark orange, put into a wider drawer. This has a few different things in it, like these, that can get a different home versus in here with the 2x slopes, door frames, another thing that's just extra chunky that probably needs a better home. So stuff like that doesn't sell often, that can come out of these drawers. I've sold 1 or 2 things from the store, so it's not like it's a bust with the doors and things, but these big chunky frames need a better home, better solution. Obviously there's a whole bunch of that stuff in there that needs to be taken care of. All of these can probably just go into a quart-sized bag and find a new home somewhere else. Actually, these would be great. Throw them, and make sure they're used. I think they are. Throw them in a quart-sized bag, and then that can be a sub number of like that. So 16 overflow, small overflow 16-1-A. It's actually probably how I will address that. Process. Since that's what I talk about all the time, is process. Oh, well, first off, I need to actually say that I moved all those doors and I left some out. I think this is, you know, when I try to walk and chew gum, it all just goes sideways. I just have these colors that are
very specific. I only have a less than 10 of. I put them in a small bag and just kind of put it on top. So if I need to find those, I don't have to dig through that entire bag for them. All right, but my black, red, and blue need to be properly numbered. So they're 16-4. I just copy the red, paste, and then blue, paste. There we go. Now this only shows here. So if you want to find by specific location, sorry if this is old for all of you, we'll just go from Bricklink home, the drop down on the new menu system, my inventory, click the radio button for remarks, and your keyword, you just type it in. So in this case, wide 90, 090. All these, they are used. Good stuff. They should all fit into a nice quart-sized bag, which I just got from those inverted soaps. So I'll put those in there. One of the quart-sized bags is a bit more than what the drawers will hold, big acros. And then it'll free up an acro for something else. Move all these into there and they can go into that overflow 16.4 or 16.1A. And that's that.